Hi there, pile one. So, we're getting some messages from your person, and I'm just going to start by getting kind of like what could be the general story here. So, on the bottom of the deck, we have the World, Queen of Wands, Two of Pentacles. So, I feel like this was a third party situation at one time. But you could be coming out of the third party situation, or the other person could have been going back and forth, or like, yeah, like hesitant between two people, or just not really knowing what to choose. Like, outside opinions could have heavily influenced their choices. Um, Instead of going with like what worked for them and like what fit well for them or who they connected with, is like being really concerned about what others around them thought, and so it would cause them to go back and forth between what they wanted and what they felt like they should do, or where they wanted to be and where they felt like they should be. um so they're kind of ending this cycle. We have this, like, I'm seeing kind of like a compass type of energy, like finding their own direction, finding their voice, finding the courage to kind of move towards what feels right for them, to go in the direction that feels right for them. We have Aquarius, Virgo, Taurus, Leo. That actually I think is Scorpio. I don't know why I'm having a hard time remembering if that's Virgo or Scorpio. Anyways, on the bottom of the deck of one of our oracle cards here, we have writing it out, and it kind of like moved to the side. So I feel as though this has been like a divine timing situation, and it's like your person can no longer navigate the energy how it was. It's like they're being forced to like make some sort of shift at this time. It's like they can no longer just ride it out, right? And just like get through mm, like their choices. Potentially, they could be going through like a spiritual awakening at this time, and realizing even though they have people around them, they're still very lonely. They're not fulfilled. It's like their soul, their consciousness is expanding to understand, like on a deeper level, what they could need in their life. So they could have been very drawn to you, but not just because of the way you look, but there was like a soul level connection here, something that was just really difficult to let go of or to release. So it's like they had to kind of release things on old like patterns. This could have been a cycle they were stuck in for a long time, feeling really lonely and isolated due to their choices, and unfulfilled. It's like they needed to make a change and move into a new energy, like for a while. So they could be like taking that call at this time. So this is all the bottom of the deck energy. They're like healing what they need to heal. Yeah, I definitely feel like they're having this like awakening. It's like in their consciousness, realizing that even if they have people around them, if they're not making choices to kind of choose the people that fulfill them most, and the people around them aren't going to reflect what makes them feel like whole and complete and happy. So they still feel like a lack or like lonely, if you will. So initially, when you first connected with this person, you could have felt a very, very strong spiritual connection or just a deeper level connection, but then things kind of shifted, and um, the energy they were giving back to you at that time just kind of didn't reflect the way you felt, right? Like there was something confusing happening. And so it's like you chose to just be patient. Uh, yeah, this could be someone that you kind of held on to, like deep down, or like, yeah, on an intuitive level, you just knew this would come back around whenever this person would kind of wake up to the connection more. It's like you were more spiritually aware to be able to see what was going on at the time, and this other person maybe needed time to like grow spiritually to like get to your level of understanding, and also to have the confidence to then act on what feels right for them and make choices and decisions that like reflect what feels good for them, what feels aligned, what makes them happy. So we have the Six of Wands. So it's like forward progress, victory, overcoming, being able to move forward. They could have been like keeping an eye on you, checking in on you this whole time, and now they're seeing like a good time. There's some sort of like aligned energy to be able to move forward or just like get things moving again. They could have just been watching you and kind of admiring you. If you say you have like an online presence, they could have been like somewhat stalking you. Like if you have a sense of humor, it's like they've been watching you from the outside and like somewhat entertained, or there's something about you that they find like quite humorous or funny, or they're very drawn towards you for like multiple different reasons. Like it's not just the way that you look, but they also feel like you radiate a lot of beauty, a lot of like really spiritual energy that they're drawn to. But there's something in your life that they're observing that they see. It's like there's something funny and lighthearted to where they feel like this is a really good opportunity to come towards you and connect with you. So I feel like they've been watching you, observing you, keeping tabs on you, keeping an eye on you. You could be doing something that they find really appealing or entertaining. So it's like they're really drawn towards you at this time to like put themselves back out there, kind of like change the direction of their life and like move towards what interests them. There's something about you specifically at this time that interests them, and they also feel like would be like a good segue to be able to like come in and communicate with you. So yeah, before they felt kind of like stuck and held back. It's like they were going against their intuition, and so they felt stuck. They weren't open to listening to like the signs and communication with spirit about how to move forward. So they felt as though they had no options or no way to like reach out, no way to, yeah, they felt like their hands were tied, and they didn't realize how much power and control they still had in the situation. So we have the Empress and the Nine of Cups. So that doesn't surprise me. This is more confirming just how drawn they are towards you. They see you as very beautiful, radiant. You have this like very expressive energy. You could have like a very feminine style. They feel as though you're someone who would really complete them, make them feel emotionally fulfilled, make them really content, or just like add a lot of value to their life. They see you as someone who really like takes care of the people you're with and nurtures them and builds them up. and they love that. It's like they want that type of energy in their life. Not like this egotistical, like they just see you as arm candy or they want to be with someone that they think would look good. It's more about like this like nurturing energy that you give. They feel like you are very intentional. You just put a lot of time and energy into like uplifting the people that you care about. So they feel like you have a lot of value to add to their life. Like they would feel very emotionally fulfilled connecting with you. But then they're also drawn to, it's more about like the energy that you radiate that they feel is really beautiful. There's something about you that's just very expressive, or something about your style that they're very drawn to. Yeah, they feel like you are just this very unique person, and connecting with you is just like this unique opportunity. They could also want to give you something specific or unique, or something that they feel like would appeal to you or would be like right up your alley or something. They could have put a lot of thought into how they want to like approach you, how they want to come towards you to like offer something. It's like they want to like add to you just as much as you like give back to others. So I feel like this is like worth it. This is something that's worth investing in, even though it's like really early on and they maybe don't, you haven't had a lot of time to like fully get to know each other or something. It's like whatever they see on the outside, they feel like this is something that's very much so worth it to invest in and to like open up, to like make an offer or opportunity towards. Ooh, we have a love story. So it's like they want to turn a new page and start a new chapter, or like start a new story. They feel like once upon a time you guys connected really deeply. So they could like want to reconnect. They could want to write you. You could have like written them in the past. That's very specific, but they could just like want to reach out to you and like restart your story, get something going again. They feel like you have the potential to have like a really beautiful story. Like the way you connected could have been very unique and coincidental, kind of like out of a movie or something. So there's just something unique about your connection that they could never like forget about, like I was saying before, like detach from. You know, um, they're very attracted to you. We had this one in the reverse, though, I believe. So it's like they want a very wholesome and pure connection with you. Like they could be someone who communicates a lot through like their physical desires, or like intimacy in a relationship is really important to them. That's kind of how they express a lot of care and affection. But it's like with you, they want to like connect on an emotional level more, and that could be kind of new and different to them. It's like they care about you in a deep way, and they want to like reflect that with how you connect intimately, or yeah, just be like more wholesome. So that's really sweet. We also have love me on the bottom, and I know you from somewhere. So right when you guys connected again, it's like could have been this soul level connection where your souls just like instantly recognized each other, but you were more like aware and tapped into this energy, or you were more spiritually grown to be able to recognize what this energy would be. Whereas with them, they could have gotten more overwhelmed or more freaked out. Um, they didn't know how to respond to this as well as you did, but there was definitely something to where it was like you just knew there was something more or something deeper here initially. Even though you could have been very like attracted to each other physically, there was also something deeper to the connection that was easily recognized and hard to like let go of, even if the other person didn't fully understand what it was at this time. So now they could have kind of grown spiritually or went through some sort of spiritual awakening. It's like, yeah, their consciousness is just expanding, so they're seeing things differently, and so they're looking back and recognizing like, oh, that's what that was. Like that was, yeah, that was like a soulmate connection, or that was more specific. So we have wait. So this may be some advice. It's like Spirit is saying, be more patient here. Things are kind of shifting. I just dream and wish for everything. My life started when I met you. So they could feel like a totally different person after connecting with you, which is really cool. It's like hard for them to really remember how they felt about things, or like how their life was before they connected with you. Ace of Wands, more energy of them being very attracted to you, especially if you have more of a feminine energy and they're more masculine. It's like they are very, very attracted to you. Like you definitely excite them, if you catch my meaning. If I feel the same way. And the Ace of Swords. So I do feel like they're planning on coming towards you with communication. Here on the bottom of the deck, with one of your oracle cards, we literally have communication. So this could be Spirit kind of encouraging you to reach out to communicate, or just confirming that they're planning on communicating soon. So if you have any loved ones on the other side, it's like this person could have been kind of sent, or it's like this, whoever, if you have like people on the other side that you kind of consider to be your spirit guide, it's like they could have helped you and this person connect, or this is just further confirmation that there's like some sort of soul healing, or that you were brought together with this person for like a divinely led reason. It's like people who really care about you on the other side are like working in this situation for your highest benefit and your highest good, to help you connect with the people necessary to like get your soul and your spirit where you're going in this lifetime. So it's like this person coming in is helping to like shift you in the right direction spiritually, so you can trust in all of the changes happening at this time, and kind of how this is leading you forward. It's like you're on your spiritual path at this time. So it's like having a lot of faith. Passing ships, timing. The energy is not aligned in this situation to create synastry. There may be another ship coming that isn't in your view just yet. Patience is needed to create the best outcome. So, 2 cards on patience. So there may be something coming up to where we also got wait. So there may be something coming up to where it's like just after that clears, it's going to be a lot more aligned, or just better to come together with this person. Or they could be planning on like communicating with you once things are more open and aligned in their life. Partnerships, support. You are being guided to reach out to form partnerships and alliances to expand your vision and perspective. Take this time to see who comes into your life that is offering to assist with your endeavors. Asking for help often leads to accomplishing your goals more quickly. So, further confirming this is like a divinely led partnership to come together to help work together and heal, move forward in a really healthy and beautiful way. So that's all I have for pile 1. If you would like a more personal reading, you can use the link in my description. I hope you have a great day. Hi there, pile two. So on the bottom of the deck, we have the Four of Daggers and the Messenger of Dagger, or Four of Cups and the Messenger of Daggers. Your person could be wanting to send you a message and communicate with you, like actually. They could be coming towards you. It's like they recently got some sort of insight or some sort of clarity that made them decide to like want to take the initiative or move towards you. In the past, there was something holding them back. It could have been like inner conflict, anxiety. We have air signs. There was something stopping them from pursuing what they wanted, or it's like their desires scared them. It's like they wanted to come into union with you, they wanted to choose you, they wanted to move forward in a positive way, but then it scared them. Like they wanted commitment with you, but then it scared them and it made them feel as though they'd be stuck, held down, shackled, trapped. um oh my gosh, we have the stranger. So it's like they wanted to jump in with you, but then they were scared. Like literally the stranger, it's like this jumping into this whole new cycle with this person, but it's like right when they met you, they could have had this like twin flame soulmate like connection to where it's like they just wanted to jump in. It's like they intuitively recognized you, or they felt like they were guided to you for a reason, or like they had been like waiting to meet and connect with someone like you, but then it instantly scared them because they're like, I don't even know this person. Like this person's literally a stranger. I don't know them. Like this is crazy. I'm crazy. It's like they triggered themselves and scared themselves and stopped themselves from taking that leap and jumping in. This is a Fool card. Yeah, the Star, even though they felt like you were guided to them or they were guided to you or there was something here, it's like their very thing that they were attracted to you for scared them. Um, they were scared to take that initiative, to like go there, to unlock like that door, and like enter that next phase or that next level. Yeah, it was scary to like arrive at their manifestations. um so they held back, or they could have, yeah, just had their own anxiety or something like held them down and held them back from being able to offer you that commitment that they wanted themselves. So at this time, it's like they've gotten some sort of clarity, or they're finally deciding to take that initiative. They're finally like deciding to free themselves and not be stuck or held down or trapped by their own fears, and move forward and like reciprocate communication or clarity or openness in some way. You have like not been scared in the same way. Like you've been communicating with them and they have not been matching your energy and giving you back um what you've been giving. So it's been really imbalanced, and it's like they're suddenly recognizing that and recognizing that they're going to have to move forward and take the initiative. It's like they have this like clarity or this understanding, or they're able to see something that was like previously blocked off to them before, or that they were closed off from. They just like didn't want to see something before, and now it's like they are no longer resistant. It's like they're opening themselves up to what they need to do to get that clarity or to get where they would like to get. It's like they know they have to take the initiative and just like face their fears and overcome that, or else they're going to be like stuck and stagnant in that point in their life forever. So on the bottom of the deck we have Rising of the Phoenix. So it's like releasing um, the past and using it as a catalyst to move forward. We have good news. So your prayers have been heard and good news is on the way. The universe wants you to have expectancy of positive outcomes in your life. You have the power to manifest what you desire of your highest good. So there's definitely like a reawakening or a revival from this person to like take the initiative and move forward. Spirit's also saying like you or this person can be very sensitive, so just be very delicate here. So definitely like there could be like a twin flame soulmate level connection to where it's like what you're going through with this person in this lifetime is healing and working through whatever unrest or conflict or like pain was created in past lifetimes. So it's like things kind of happened in a divine way to allow you to come back together in this lifetime in a healthy way and heal these old wounds. So this is confirming a past life is, definitely past life energy and influence is the reason why you've kind of went through the things that you have, but now you're like leveling up here and you're kind of recognizing old patterns, and same with the other person. And so it's like you're able to heal these things and recognize that you do need like love and connection. So Spirit is saying you definitely want to protect yourself. There could be like outside energies around you that are like kind of jealous of you or projecting negative energy onto you in your situation. So it's like don't open up and share what you're going through with everyone. Certain people could like project negativity. It's like you still may be experiencing a level of spiritual warfare moving forward. And so be kind of like vigilant and protect yourself. Like don't share what's going on in this connection with like just everyone around you. Because you never know like where these influences are coming from. So it's like once you start to level up and heal and grow past the ways of the past, sometimes that makes the people around you uncomfortable and they want to like bring you back down to where you were when they felt like more comfortable with you. So you're healing from like having to go through these sort of karmic lessons due to like other people's unhealed patterns. So some sort of positivity coming towards our pile twos. On the bottom of the deck with this oracle card, we have envy in the reverse too. So Spirit's confirming the jealousy and like what people have been projecting onto you at this time is no longer going to work. They're no longer going to hold weight. It's like you're going to experience a lot less spiritual warfare in your life due to this at this time. So being more aware of it and kind of stepping into your power. Also something about like coming together in this connection, it helps to like empower the both of you to where it's like any sort of envy or people projecting their own like fears and insecurities, it's not going to get to you. It's like this is a spiritually led connection. It's like Spirit brought you two together for a purpose, and so you're going to be shielded and protected from this sort of energy at this time if you've had to go through this for some time in your past. It's like you've grown past this. You've already kind of learned this lesson and you're moving into something new. This energy is it just doesn't really work on you in this connection. It's like you've healed past this sort of energy or this sort of like vibration influencing you. We have the Six of Keys. So definitely in the past, there was some sort of imbalance here. And so it created emotional unrest and it created a lot of chaos. So trying to like please others or please everyone else could have been a big thing holding this person back. By not like moving towards what they really wanted, it's like they were causing so much imbalance and emotional unrest in their own life. like everything was getting just like completely thrown off for them. So they may have thought it would be easier to just like block this out, but then it actually made everything harder because it was throwing off literally everything in their life. So it's like deep down they knew the reason why they were facing all this spiritual warfare, going through all this stuff, was because they were resistant to making the changes needed, or they were resistant to like being open to communicate with you. They didn't like step up to like move towards you at the time that they should, or they were resistant to doing that. And so it's like deep down they had this awareness that they were going to have to make a change or take the initiative if they wanted to see things around them in their life start to get better. More air energy. Also have earth energy. I was seeing like Taurus and Capricorn and Virgo as well, but air signs. So they feel like they're going to have to be emotionally open and communicate. It's like they can't just tell you what you want to hear without like showing some sort of genuine emotion, or they can't just get all emotional without like actually saying something meaningful. It's like they understand that they're going to have to weigh or find a way to be very transparent and authentic in order to help get you to understand like where they've been or why. Is really confusing, like to try to explain to someone like, well, this was everything I wanted and that scared me, so I just ran from it, or like I was so drawn to this and then that overwhelmed me and so I went in the opposite direction. It's like it's hard to explain to someone. It's like everything that I was attracted to you for is what made me run away from you and scared of you. It doesn't make a lot of logical sense. So it's like they're trying to find their best way to like explain that, and then also come across like genuine and not like they're just like saying all the right things or like purposely manipulating you into like forgiving them for like ghosting you or whatever had happened. Like they could have just been like really resistant or just turned away from you, like not paying attention to you, like not giving you, you know, energy or attention at one time. And so they definitely feel like they messed up and they created like this huge imbalance or this huge unrest, or they created this like dynamic that they'd never wanted to like be a part of. They didn't intentionally do that. They were just trying to protect themselves, and then they created this really offset imbalance that they just it's like they're trying to figure out how to like get it all back together, but intuitively they know that like things in their life are not going to get better until they do this. Um, we have Libra here. It's like they know they have to balance things out. We have Libra, and then with these imbalanced scales, it's like they know that they're going to have to take the initiative to create justice in the situation in order for this anxiety to like simmer within them. So it's kind of ironic because they were like too anxious or overwhelmed to come towards you, because the very things that they were drawn towards you or attracted to you for like scared them. So they were too anxious and overwhelmed to come towards you. But then that very anxiety that was created out of that has been like crippling them and creating like all of this unbalance and unrest in their life and making it to where their life can't flow cohesively. And it's like deep down they know the reason why they have so much anxiety is because they never did face the anxiety that they had when it came to you. They never overcame that. They never faced their fears and came forward to communicate with you. And so now there's just this huge upset and unrest in their life. So there's a lot of like push and pull. It's like the very things that they were resistant and running from, they manifested back into their life. the very things they were drawn to scared them. It's like a lot of weird energy, like that doesn't make a lot of sense, but it also does. Um, we have the strength card in the reverse, so I feel as though this is them being aware that they need to kind of put aside their ego and not be concerned about the way that they look on the outside or the way that they come across, and just communicate transparently. It's like things have gotten to the point here where it's could be just like so messy that it's like they know they just have to be like genuine and straight up. They don't want to create any more turmoil or chaos in the situation. With the Five of Cups in the reverse, they don't want to disappoint you anymore or like hurt you anymore. They feel really bad about any times they like came up short or like were not able to be there for you in the past. We have the Ten of Chains and the Eight of Keys. So they're freeing themselves to be able to come towards you and open up like a new level or a new like space for communication in the relationship. So they're ending this cycle, this like spaceships on all these chains. And so they're finally liberating themselves or freeing themselves, finding a way to like remove or release everything that was holding them down and embracing their fears and finally opening that door that they were scared to like open and move through and step through. But again, they know they're going to have to like completely put their ego to the side and just like fully take accountability here, um, and just find a really well balanced way to like communicate how they feel. The bottom of the deck with your messages, we have I'm too afraid to talk and I left because you told me to. So for a long time I feel like they were trying to cop out and like make it seem like you pushed them away or it was your fault, whenever deep down they know that it was their own anxieties, their own fears. It was like their own self-imposed limitations. It really wasn't you. You really didn't do anything um, here to cause them to act this way. It's not your fault. We have hater, so yeah, we were getting you may need to like protect yourself. Not everyone's going to be happy for you in this connection, which is very interesting. So Spirit's saying like if you're being called to keep something secret and not share some things, it's definitely for a reason to like protect you. So just move accordingly to how you're being called to move at this time. Some people that you would think would be really happy for you just might not be. This might be some uncomfortable lessons that you have to learn, but they're not going to have any more power over you moving forward. But it's nice to like have the transparency to see who. So we have this staying centered, aligning your energy with the universe. So it's like even if you do get pushback or like people giving you like this haterade energy, just like continue to like stay on your spiritual journey, stay aligned, stay focused on like your blessings and the horizon and not people who are trying to hold you back, hold you down, and stop you from getting there. So I think we should slow down. I feel like when they got scared is like you thought it was going in a good direction and then all of a sudden they got scared and blocked themselves, and then they tried to make it like you feel as though it was something that you were doing, whenever really they just got scared to like keep going deeper, or maybe they didn't know how to keep going deeper too, so they were like, whoa, listen to your heart. X with you. So if you have been intimate, it's like they really think about this a lot. They feel very nostalgic over this, and if you haven't, then it's like they still like think about this quite a bit. They are waiting for you. You are right. So they would tell you you are right. Like it wasn't your fault. What happened here, they were projecting a lot of stuff onto you because they didn't know how to face their fears and take accountability. So you could have known this all along. It's like you just knew this would come back around again when they were able to like grow, and you are right. Magic wand, manifest. You have the power to turn ordinary into extraordinary. Bring into focus what you want, then the universe reflects that same vibration. Now let divine timing do the rest. Call on your inner Merlin to access what is available to you now from other dimensions and timelines. So this is a very like positive time. It's like you're stepping through something new and exciting at this time. Passion ignited, desire. Live with passion by stepping into what feeds your soul and gives you joy. When you choose to make room for this in your life, the universe responds by creating opportunities that support your soul's purpose and passion. So that is all I have for pile 2. If you'd like a more personal reading, then you can use the link in my description. But I hope you have a great day. Hi there, pile 3. So on the bottom of the deck, you have the Chariot and the Ace of Cups. A lot of your cards seem to be indicating someone who's very excited about you and someone who wants to move forward to offer you a new emotional opportunity. This could have been someone who was very like stuck and held down in the past, or this could be someone who betrayed you in the past and hurt you in the past. Like they were more of like a lover boy. They didn't take things very seriously. They weren't very grounded. And it's like they could have definitely gotten their karma for whatever they were doing to others. They could have had to learn a very difficult lesson and like go through quite a bit here. So now they're like changing, growing. Someone could have like played them. It's like the player got played, they got burned the same way that they're used to burning others, and it definitely made them like feel bad or like focus on whatever they did to you in the past. They're realizing like it's like now they look back on what they did to others and they see it in a different light now that it's happened to them. Now that it's happened to them, they're able to look back and see what they did to others, and just how bad it was, like just how impactful it was, or like just how, yeah, just how like horrible it was to like hurt other people to the point where they were like stuck and held down and held back. Um, and it was like difficult for them to move forward. They maybe didn't have a lot of like empathy or care for that before because they just didn't really understand the true impact of their actions on others. But then now that they've been hurt in the same ways, like all they can do is like think about you, and how they did like this same thing to you. They look back on their past actions and they feel really ashamed because they feel like they were super immature. It's like they feel like they can't even be a victim right now, or they can't even consider themselves a victim because they know that like they did this. I don't know if you can see that symbol on her dress, but they know that they did this to others. Like they hurt others in the same way. So they kind of feel like it's their karma. Like they don't even know how to be like mad or to be like, because there's some sort of like awareness that they've done this. They've collected a lot of hearts. Like they've hurt people in their past. But at the same time, it's like they want to move forward and offer you a new emotional opportunity, or like balance things out or turn things around. But they're kind of in conflict with this. This actually makes a lot of sense here, with some of your messages that came out. I'm so sorry. I just like had to. Anyways, I'm sorry. But you can see on this card, this bull is charging forward, and this one's like being disobedient or kind of like fighting and resisting the flow, like moving forward and working cohesively. So it's like everything isn't fully aligned, or they're not able to. It's like a part of them wants to move forward and offer you a new emotional opportunity, or potentially apologize, open up to you. But they're like in conflict with themselves. They kind of stop themselves from doing this. So they could have gotten like, they could have cheated on you or betrayed you, stabbed you in the back. They could have been drawn towards someone else. They were drawn towards like a superficial thing, or they were easily swayed by like flashy things, or like other people trying to get their attention. They like went for something that was very hurtful. We have this triangle, that is just like the 3 for queens, but definitely could have been a third party here. It's like they allowed someone else to distract them. They were like swayed by someone else's opinion, drawn towards someone else. At this time, though, you have the power in the situation, or like you have the upper hand here, because this person's in a very vulnerable position. Like, because they've been hurt and betrayed in the same way, this was a huge blow to their ego. Like, they're not used to being the one in the vulnerable position, or the one on the bottom, or they're just not used to being in this position at all. Is very uncomfortable for them, and so they're just in this like weird state that they don't really know how to handle. So it's like you have the upper hand, or like you have them kind of like pinned in the situation, like whatever you um, want to like say or express, or yeah, it's like if they were to come towards you, they would just kind of surrender and like allow you to like let them have it, if you will, and like not fight back, because they know that they're like wrong. They know that they took advantage of you and they hurt you and they were very unfair in the past. So they would just kind of like let you express yourself however necessary. Yeah, they know that they like messed up here, and they just have to like accept that. It's like take the L, take it on the chin, just acknowledge like the truth. They could see you as someone who's very like unique, special, talented. It's like they're very drawn to you. Um, you could have some very unique way of expressing yourself that has recently like caught their eye or gotten their attention. Um, yeah, there's something about like the way you express yourself could have triggered them to have this awakening to realize how unfair they've been. Like, even though they got hurt in the same way they hurt you, like, I don't think that's like the only thing that's causing them to like think about you or to want to come towards you, because they could have hurt a lot of people, take advantage of a lot of people. It's like something they did to a lot of others, but there's something unique or different about you and like the way you handled it, or the way you chose to like grow from the situation, or just like move forward to express yourself. It's like you you didn't just like allow this person to hurt you and then allow it to like totally deter your life. Like, you have this like inner wisdom, or this, your intuition can be very strong, you can be very connected to spirit, and so you kind of fell back on that and chose to like pour into like your creative side and invest in yourself, and kind of like create something really beautiful around you, or find a really beautiful way to express yourself rather than allow this to like make you bitter. Yeah, you have some sort of like innate wisdom, higher level understanding of like what was going on here. So it's like you didn't take their problems on and like take it personally, or you didn't even really let this like affect you. You just kind of like move forward and found a way to like invest in yourself or express yourself. So there's just something unique and different about you that they want to come back around and like put their ego to the side and just admit that they were wrong. Whereas like they're not going to do that with like every single person that they screwed over or hurt or cheated on throughout their life. But yeah, there's something about you to where them getting hurt in the same way is like triggering them to feel as though they should come towards you and like open up to you. But then there's like this conflict, like this back and forth, kind of stopping them from like acting on that. So it's like they want to open up a new opportunity, but at the same time, they don't know that they're completely ready to face everything and to like, in order to like truly um, step into a new opportunity, they would have to like completely let down their walls and be totally vulnerable, but then they would also have to like completely acknowledge the truth of like their actions. They would have to be completely transparent. There may be certain things you don't even know. Um, like you may not even know the extent of how much they betrayed you or how much they um, were swayed or drawn into like negative energies by others. So in order to come in and often open up this new opportunity, they would have to like tell you everything. And there may be like, it's like you may have just sensed that something was not quite right. And so you kind of like put up a boundary and like cut them off, or you like found a way to remove yourself, but you didn't fully know like everything. And so in order for them to come around and to have like a new start, they would have to be like completely transparent and like let you in on like everything. And like I said, you may not even know the full extent of how much they like burned you. Um, so that's kind of messed up. They're like scared of you finding out everything because they feel like you have a sense of peace where you're at right now in your life. And if they were to come in to like apologize, then that would maybe open things up and like mess up the peace that you have or like what you've been able to find for yourself in your life. So they go back and forth between like, should I like open up and communicate with them? Would it make things better, or would it just make things like worse for them? In order to like to know everything, would that just hurt them more? It's like, is it the right thing to be fully transparent and honest about everything that happened, or would it just hurt them more to know everything? So should I just leave it how it is and just keep moving forward? But it's like hard for them to just keep moving forward and let it go. So it's like either way is hard for them to move in one direction or the other, because then there's something kind of nagging at them being like, well, I don't know if that's right. They don't really know what the right thing to do is, or like how to fix it. So we have the Star and the Lovers in the reverse. So that's this energy here. Like they don't know the right choice. They don't know the right direction. They don't know how to fix it. They're struggling to connect with their intuition to be able to like, decipher, decide like the best thing. And they're also scared also of like truly facing you and facing accountability and like opening up that can of worms, if you will. They really overthink this. Definitely. They could feel very like left out. Like if they see you doing something new and different and exciting, they could feel like they're like left out or isolated out of that. The fact that they're not like a part of your world and they're not like connected with you, like knowing what you're doing and what's going on with you, it makes them feel like left out, or they could be jealous of people that they perceive to be like around you or close to you. They're like worried about you like moving on and forgetting about them or like not caring about them. And then like here they are like wanting to come towards you with all this like vulnerability and clarity and emotion and communication, and you're just like, okay, like that was a long time ago, like it is what it is. I found a way to like move forward and have a good life still, so I forgive you. And like you don't necessarily care to like bring things back together. Like that's like their worst fear, is that you just like move on and leave them behind. Like they feel totally left out um, by whatever you're doing in your life at this time. It's like they see it from the outside looking in, and they think about how like in the past it used to be both of you like on the outside, and now you're like integrating or merging into something new and different for yourself that they're not a part of. So they could be kind of jealous of that. Again, though, they feel like it's their karma, because then when they were with you or when they had you, they were like swayed by something else, or they did something to really hurt you and betray the connection. um So we have stay grounded, affirming yourself, aligning yourself with the universe. So this is kind of what Spirit's recommending for you at this time, to like work through this energy as it's coming up. So we have the sick in the reverse and the don't want to hear it. So I feel like even though this person is like going through a lot of stuff and being really triggered and realizing like they are taking accountability for some things, but there could just be something here. Like a lot of times, whenever we deeply hurt people, deeply betray people, we do these certain things. It's a sign of like a deep wound or an imbalance within ourselves. It's like something that we need to heal and address within ourselves and that we're avoiding. And so we end up taking it out on others or hurting others in the same way, until ultimately we then get that back to us, until we can have the perspective to see like, okay, that's what I was doing this whole time. So they're on that understanding, like they have the first level, but then they're not able to go deeper and be like, okay, why was I doing that? Why was I hurting everyone? Like, what is it within me that I need to heal? With this teddy bear, I'm getting like inner child wounds. Like they don't want to go in and like think about their childhood, address their childhood. That could be a part of like, in order to do this, they have to access so much within them that they're just not ready to. They're not ready to heal. So they can acknowledge that they did this, but they're not ready to look in and heal the reasons why they did this, because it wasn't just you. Like they've hurt a lot of people like this. And so if they were to like think of like therapy, for example, they would be very closed off to like hearing about themselves or having that, it's like their awareness that they're getting at this time from being like hurt or like backstabbed, betrayed in some way. It only goes so deep to where if you were to really try to dig in and get somewhere with that, it's like they're going to kind of close off or shut off. um, it's like they can only go so far or like handle so much truth. Like they can acknowledge certain things and see things to a certain extent, and then it becomes like too much for them and they don't want to like look further or go deeper. And so then they just kind of like shut that off. And so that could be a big part of like, it's like they want to come towards you, but then there's still that resistance or there's something holding them back, and it's like their inability to go there, to go deeper, to go to that level. They know to come towards you truly like in a well balanced and fair way, they're going to have to put these things aside, and it's just too scary. So they're still like stuck um, and working on like freeing themselves in a lot of ways here. So on the bottom of the deck, we have be more selfish. And I feel as though this is like advice from Spirit. It's like until you actually get a genuine, okay, this is so funny that this came out like this, but first I'm going to say until you actually get a genuine I'm sorry from this person, be more selfish and put yourself first. Until you like this person's genuinely sorry and genuinely ready to come forward and balance this stuff out and acknowledge these things and heal what they need to heal. Spirit is recommending that you be selfish, that you put yourself first. So while I was shuffling these, and I was going to say this anyways because I thought it was interesting, but while I was shuffling these cards, as I was shuffling, this I'm ready was on the bottom of the deck. And then once I was done shuffling, we had this one, but I didn't go deep enough to see like below. So it's just so fitting that came back around because yeah, I'm ready was at the bottom, but then as I was like shuffling and cards were coming out, the cards that were coming out were kind of like not necessarily reflecting that they were ready. So I thought that was kind of interesting. So the Chariot being like having this inner conflict of actually being able to move forward. It's fitting, like everything in the reading has been so fitting. So yeah, Spirit's saying until this is the energy that they're ready to come towards you with, like being um, honest, authentic, and genuine with their apology, but then ready to look at why they did certain things and heal. Because if you don't heal the root issues of why you've reacted the way you have or hurt others the way you have, the cycle is going to continue no matter how sorry you think you are, right? Because you're not ready to address those inner wounds of like why these things have happened. So Spirit's saying definitely like put yourself first and take care of yourself at this time. So some of the cards that came out were like, I need more time and I hope you'll wait for me. So I was like, that's interesting that like the I'm ready like flipped back in and then these flipped out. So this is really like where they're at right now. We have there is someone else. So they could still be like involved with the third party, or there could be, yeah, just another person. It's like they haven't really fully changed, even though they're wanting to acknowledge some things, or like even though this other person really hurt them and betrayed them, they could still be messing with that person. We have yes. So is this person still like doing the same things they were doing? Yes. But they would say, will you choose me? So they kind of like turn it around on you. I think we were picking up on that. Like at first, they could have turned things around on you instead of taking accountability. So it's like they would kind of do that still. They're just not fully in a place to be able to communicate in the ways that they need to. And then, yeah, even if they've been really hurt by someone else, they're still like dealing with that person or having a hard time like cutting that person off, or um, they're having a hard time like finding the full clarity in the situation to see everything that they need to see to like remove them. So it's like they feel kind of stuck and trapped in whatever heartache they're going through right now. It's like turning into a karmic situation or a karmic cycle for them, to where it's like that person is like, yeah, treating them unfairly or treating them how they used to treat others, but they're not like ending that cycle and walking away. So they could, since they feel like that's their karma or they kind of deserve it, then they could literally feel like they have to like stay in that situation and try and like work through it because that's what they deserve or something, which is interesting. So there's definitely going to be new love opportunities coming towards you. You're going to have new opportunities to connect with people in a really healthy way. If you have the courage to like turn the page, you'll have like redefined in your love life. So you want to kind of like reclaim your power in this situation, and know like they're just projecting a lot of their own issues onto you at this time. So you don't want to like take on this person's energy or make these issues your own. Oh, whoops. We also have Rising of the Phoenix. So there's an opportunity for you to like rise, expand, reemerge out of this, like more powerful, with more energy. And you're manifesting something new, walking into something new and exciting. So it's like you can set boundaries while still being like very respectful, right? But it's like you want to like continue to move towards what's new and what's going to enrich your soul, and recognizing you have the power to manifest exactly what you want and you don't have to settle at this time. Letting go, resistance. The cycle is ended and it's time to let go to experience new growth. It's vital to have closure and gratitude for the situation to make room for new things to enter. Go within to find what's holding you back. Change is necessary in this situation. So if you'd like a more personal reading, you can use the link in my description. But I hope that you have a really, really great day. Another pile 4. So we have the 9 of Swords on the bottom. So right away I saw someone who regrets how they treated you in the past. We have I need time for me at the bottom of the deck of the message cards. And so in the past they could have been selfish or chosen themselves, been more worried about what other people thought. They were just kind of like stagnant, didn't take the initiative or didn't take an opportunity, and now they really regret this. They're very attracted to you here, but they didn't have like the best intentions in the past, or they did something not cool in the past. But they feel as though they could have been like acting in such a way to like please others, again more worried about what other people thought. They feel like there's something to where they feel like they had no choice, or there was someone else like in control of their choices and decisions, and now they're like waking up to realize that they gave all their power away to like others or to someone else, and now they're realizing that, and they want to like come out of that or end that cycle. They feel like they made the wrong choice. They invested in the wrong thing. They manifested the wrong energy into their life. So this just could have brought a lot of like negativity, or just it just really didn't end up serving them. So they want to like turn things around or come out of this, or like go up against whoever they have to in order to free themselves to be able to make a different choice. With you already know. So you could have like already kind of known the scoop, known the tea, like known the situation as to why they did certain things. So it's like spirits wanting to confirm your intuition, or the situation is going to unfold in such a way that confirms like your intuition, and you're going to be like, yep, I already knew. Or it's like there could have been people around them that didn't have the best intentions for them, and you're going to be like, yep, I already knew, like I was right, called it, told you so. You may not actually say that, but you're going to kind of like kiki to yourself or feel that like, yeah, I was right about that. I called that out from the beginning. I knew that those people didn't have good intentions. Or you knew, like, even though they were trying to make it seem like it was their own choice, it was really like some sort of influence around them. Like you knew that this isn't really how they felt. They were just like letting other people kind of tell them how they felt or influence them or lead them, even though they were trying to convince you and themselves like otherwise. So they're starting to wake up and take off the mask at this time. It's like they're not fitting in as well with all of these people. They don't blend, they don't go, smoothly and cohesively in these environments that they were in before. They just really don't fit in with these people. It could be kind of like impossible to meet the expectations and the standards, or to like live up to certain expectations and standards. They're starting to realize it's like they're never going to be able to be like perfect enough, or you could never really like earn someone's love. You're always going to be like jumping through hoops or like trying to prove to them that you are like good enough. So there's some sort of like failure or disappointment here that they just want to like surrender to. It's like they want to let something fall away and fall apart and end so something new can start. They're seeing some sort of ending in their life as like a blessing to just like let them go or let them release something that's like burdening them, or some way that they don't feel like good enough for the people around them. They don't feel like they can live up to them, meet their expectations. Yeah, something could be, they could be going through some sort of major ending. Yeah, no longer really fitting in or blending with like certain environments that they were in previously. So with this card, I'm literally seeing like just the opinion that they have, the way they think, the way they see things. It's like they knew that there was people around them like judging them, even if they weren't like fully aware of it. It's like on some level they let this energy influence them. So it's like they even influenced the way they took in information. Like there was a lot of control. Um, they were definitely being like controlled, but it could have been like energetically or like subtle manipulation. Um, but yeah, I'm seeing that they're freeing themselves at this time. They're finding a way to like cut themselves down and remove themselves from this. They're no longer caught up in these like webs. Like they've finally found their voice or like found their tools to be able to like liberate themselves and see what they need to see to like remove themselves and end the cycle and kind of like choose something different at this time. So on the bottom of one of our oracle cards, we have taken the leap, courage. You have to let go of something good to get something great. Taking the leap into the unknown can be scary, but you are being called to have faith in yourself and the universe. So I feel as though that's kind of where your person is at. Like they're seeing these endings that they're going through as just an opportunity to move into something better. Like they're choosing to have faith in like whatever is happening. So they could be going through kind of like a spiritual awakening, or just starting to receive like downloads, messages, just kind of elevate themselves energetically. And that's why they're no longer aligning with these spaces that they're in. And so now it's just like they're naturally kind of cycling out of this, or shifting out of areas that they're no longer in alignment with energetically. Um, they could be very drawn towards you and your energy and the energy you give off. They feel like you give off this very attractive, healing energy, and they could just like really crave that in their life. at this time. So in the past, they were making all of their choices and decisions out of fear due to the control that other people had around them. So it's definitely not personal. Whatever's happened here. So this could be like a soulmate connection. So we have this card in the reverse, so that could resonate for someone. You could have had like some sort of scare, or just like something happened with this person in the past where it was a little bit more serious and real. They could feel as though now that they don't have you, there's like something missing in their life, or since things didn't work out and didn't go the way that you had hoped and expected in the past, there's something missing. There's just like that, they feel like you're that missing piece, or that they would, yeah, they'd feel more complete, or they would feel more like themselves if they could like have this energy, your energy back in their life. They could feel like the energy that you bring would like fit really nicely and help to heal them, or like balance out something. Or like if you did have something happen, something disappointing happen in the past, it's like they're still really emotionally affected by this, and they feel like you guys reconnecting or having your energy back in their life would help give them like a connection to that, or give them that missing piece, or help them to heal through whatever you had went through together in the past. So we have maybe. I worry about us a lot. The hesitancy energy with the 7. Wait. I literally. You matter. I have so much desire for you. With the 1, so the number 1 could be relevant, like one day, or the first of the month, first of the upcoming month. 1 week could be relevant. You are so beautiful. Why do you need me? So they could get really like scared. For the same things that they're drawn towards you and attracted to you, they could be like scared and intimidated as well. So on the bottom of the deck of our other oracle cards, we have the Gaia, completion. So more energy of like ending the cycle of kind of whatever's been really painful and difficult and kind of weighing you down. It's like ready to expand at this time. And the ripple effect. So this is spirit reminding you that like the intentions behind people's actions can be a lot more impactful than their actual actions. So kind of be open to seeing things like on a deeper level, or in a more spiritual light, in order to help release things and open up room for more to come in. We have fork in the road, choices. You are in a situation that requires you to make an important decision to either go back to what is comfortable or what is new and challenging. Both have pros and cons, so it's a matter of what will help you grow. So yeah, they feel like they made the wrong choice, like they took the wrong direction, and they want to like cycle back at this time. So it's kind of like up to you, whether or not allowing that to happen suits your growth, or if you feel like it's best to go in another direction. Since this is just like a general reading, it's going to be kind of different for everybody. Ocean tides, power. You are a force to be reckoned with. Don't underestimate how powerful and beautiful you are. Just like the ocean, face things head on and never stop making waves. So you have a lot more power in this situation and influence than you realize. So remember that like your intention speaks to a lot of like the ripple effect of your actions, right? Balance needed. Relationships. Make sure all of your relationships are equal in balance with giving and receiving. If they're out of rhythm, then the other is sacrificing and can't sustain itself. Therefore, it will create more obstacles to overcome. Know you are worthy and deserve respect in all ways. So that's all I have for pile 4. If you'd like a more personal reading, you can use the link in my description. I hope you have a really great day.